Is this the end of this bull cycle? Hey there, Tamir from פיבונאצ'י.com, your daily market recap. Like, subscribe. Let's see the charts. SPY ended up the day with 0.33 to the downside. Now the 540 is the support. Below it, this gap will get filled. The 535.46 gap will get filled. We cannot be surprised because we have been waiting for this pullback, and we said this pullback is incoming this week. If you saw my weekly market recap, we said this week we are into the pullback, and now here we are. Since last Tuesday, last Wednesday, we are in some kind of a pullback, but we are still bullish on the daily, bullish on the weekly. No panic. As long as we are above this red line, the trend is up. All we need to do is close this gap and get a bounce of this lower trend line of this uptrend channel. Look left. Every time price reached this trend line, it bounced up. Also here during May. Now pullback, closing the gap, and next leg up. QQQ is 1.3% to the downside. Also, we've been waiting, and we have been talking about this pullback since last Wednesday, Thursday. Now the 476 area from support now broke to the downside, and we are heading to close the gap at the 467. Not surprising at all. We can also see 464 and 460 to the downside. Overall, we are still inside an uptrend, inside this middle channel, breaking below, closing the gap, and retesting the lower border, this red line, the lower border of this uptrend channel. We are still inside a long-term uptrend on the QQQ. Dow Jones, perfect recovery with 0.67 to the upside. As we can see, all this area, the 390 area, was a very difficult support, very difficult resistance, broke to the upside. Now the 393 area will become the next support. Next resistance, 396, and then we are heading up. New all-time highs on the Dow Jones. IWM also trying to recover with 0.43 to the upside. We're still inside this downtrend red channel since middle of May. Bearish on the daily, bullish on the weekly. We need to see a weekly close for now. Maybe not the weekly, maybe 2-3 days above the 203 area, above this red channel, and then we can start taking long on the IWM. And when I say we, I mean the Fibonacci Traders Discord. You're more than welcome to join us. Trading can be a very lonely job. Stop trading alone. Join the Fibonacci Traders Discord. Join the elite team of traders. We have trading floor in English, trading floor in Hebrew, rooms for day traders. We have rooms for swing traders, options, cryptos, and many more special rooms, so you won't have to trade alone. We are an elite team of traders. You don't want to miss any A+ setups for short, for long. Yesterday, I'm in China, but we took Shopify short, and this short went pretty well. So check the links in the description below. Join the Fibonacci Traders today. Bitcoin, if you follow me on Twitter and if you follow me here on YouTube, we have been trading this double top since beginning of June, and here we are at the 58,500 at the neckline of this multi-top monthly multi-top on Bitcoin, breaking below the 58,500, and we are heading south to the 50k. Ethereum, for the time that I'm recording this video, continues to break to the downside. 3230 is the support. We've been talking about the 3230. You're more than welcome to check previous daily market recaps, and we have been waiting for this. Now let's see a bounce back retesting the lower border of the yellow zone, the 34.84 as resistance. It was support, now it will become a very difficult resistance. Overall, all across crypto land, we are under bearish sentiment. Crude oil went all the way to the 81.90, all the way to this uptrend line. This uptrend line helps us identify the higher highs. Now back retesting the 80 before the next leg up, and next resistance will be the 85 and 87. Like, subscribe, don't go anywhere. We have many more setups, many more stocks and names to talk about. You don't want to miss any of them, so you will be fully prepared for the next trading day. Look at the MAGS, the Magnificent 7 ETF, broke after several days hanging above the 44.40, broke down and under, and now heading towards closing this gap at the 43.40 area. Below it, 43.42.40. Overall, we are still inside this uptrend channel. As long as we are above the lower border of this uptrend channel, we are good to go long. If you're not long yet on this name, in my opinion, and of course, just follow the FTI. 3 out of 4 time frames, we are bearish. So if you're looking to go long on this one, the FTI says, wait. SOXX 2.85% to the downside. SOXX in just 3 trading days, 6.7% to the downside, heading towards this gap, the 235 area. This gap needs to get filled before the next lap, before the next leg up. And look at this, SOXX now is on the verge of breaking this uptrend channel. Once again, if you are waiting to go long on this name and you're not long yet, bearish on 3 out of 4 time frames, just put the FTI on your chart and you will have everything that you need to become a better trader and make better and smarter decisions. Yes, 1 click away. Just join the Fibonacci Traders Gold membership and you will gain access to all the Discord channels we just saw, and you will gain access to this amazing system that will help you up to 85% accuracy where price might be heading next. KRE 1.2% to the upside. We have a double bottom scenario on the KRE. Now let's see continuation above the 48 towards 48.70, 49. And who knows, never say never, back to the 50. XLE with 2.5% to the upside, trying to break this downtrend red channel. But as we always say, 1 candle does not change the overall sentiment. We can take Fibonacci a little bit higher to the last 55 days, and then we'll catch this swing high, swing low. Look at this. The upper border of this downtrend channel together with the lower border of this yellow zone, 91.30 is a very tough resistance. It was support, now resistance. Long continuation towards the 92.50 and 93.90 to the upside. Microsoft is 0.5% to the downside. Overall holding nice. Let's check the last 21 days. 442 is the support. As we can see, we have some kind of a multi-top scenario of the 450 area. 442 needs to hold. Otherwise, we are heading towards to the backwards to the 434. Apple 0.3% to the upside. Overall went throughout the day, went all the way, retested the 213 area as resistance. It was support, now resistance, holding above the 207, the upper border of the yellow zone, breaking down and under, and we can say that 200 is incoming on Apple. Like, subscribe. Let's check Nvidia, 6.68% to the downside. Nvidia overall in the past 3 trading days, 16.4% to the downside. Stop loss is trader's best friend. Nvidia, since this gap went all the way up 40%, now already gained back. Look at this, just 3 trading days, Nvidia lost 2 weeks of gains. Next support 116.50 and then 110 to the downside. AMD 0.6% to the downside, still struggling with the lower border of the yellow zone, still below this trend line. 3 out of 4 time frames on the bearish. 157.90 is the support, below it 153, breaking down and under 147 incoming. Netflix 2.5% to the downside. Look at this broadening formation on Netflix. We need to break out of this diamond over here. You can see this diamond-like shape. We need to break up or below. Below this red line, we are entering this downtrend channel. Breaking above this green line, we continue inside this uptrend channel. But let's see, as long as Netflix is inside this diamond-like shape, we sit and do nothing. Now we can get the FTI holding above the upper border of the yellow zone, above the 665 area, breaking below, and we will see 658 breaking above, back to the 690 and 707. Google 0.2% to the downside, holding above the 178 from resistance, now becomes support. Long continuation above yesterday's highs, above Monday's highs. We will see 184 and 188 overall. Google looking relative strength, bullish on all time frames. Like, subscribe. Now let's check Palantir, PLTR 1.3% to the upside, but we are still inside the yellow zone. Once we are trading inside the yellow zone, no trading zone. Long only above the yellow zone. Downtrend continuation below the 22.90 towards the 22 and 20 to the downside. Bearish on 3 out of 4 time frames on PLTR. So is it the time to go long on PLTR according to the FTI? No, but this is not a financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Please do your own due diligence and manage your risk accordingly. Meta 0.8% to the upside. Meta continues to move sideways, still holding inside this uptrend channel, holding above the upper border of the yellow zone, but we got ourselves the bearish signal, the sell signal on the daily. It doesn't mean we need to go short. It just means that for now, no long on Meta, breaking below the 490, we will see this gap at the 478 getting filled. AVGO 4% to the downside after closing last week this gap, now heading to close the gap at the 1510, below 1510, 1427. But once we close this gap, we can anticipate bounce back, retesting the 1570 and back to the 1636. But one candle at a time, one day at a time. Let's get this gap filled first and then reassess how we manage AVGO. Shopify 1% to the downside, still holding above the 6360 area, the higher border of the yellow zone. Very, very important area of support. 6560, very tough resistance. If you're not long yet on Shopify, this is not the time to go long. Downtrend continuation below the 6370, back to the 62 and 6080 to the downside. SMCI 8.65% to the downside, going back to retest the lower border of this uptrend channel. Bearish on all time frames. Let's see, can this lower border, this trend line can hold price, and can we get the bounce? Same as we saw here, same as we saw here, and same as we saw here. For now, if you're looking to go long on SMCI, sit on hands and do nothing. Tesla, another day, another sideways move. Nothing much on Tesla, holding above the 182 with 186 and 189 area. Very tough resistance. Below the 180, we will see 179 and 176. Eli Lilly 0.7% to the upside. Eli Lilly holding strong above the 880. Relative strength on Eli Lilly breaking below, and we will see 860. Long continuation above the 900 towards the 937, 977, and then 1000, 1022. Amazon with 1.9% to the downside. Last Friday broke above this downtrend line. One candle does not change the overall sentiment, and here we are back below this line. We're going to retest the 184 as support, and then 182. If we clean the chart a little bit, we can clearly see all this area multi-top, very tough resistance, and now we have also a double top scenario on Amazon. Here, breaking below, we will see 180, below 180, back to the 173. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the top 5 gainers in the last trading day. MOS 4.7% to the upside, broke inside the yellow zone, now at the 50% retracement. Long continuation, and we will see 29.90 and 30.60 to the upside. BKR, Baker Hughes, very nice breakup, 450 to the upside, all the way towards the 34.50 area. All this area like a magnet for price action from support, resistance, support, resistance, resistance, resistance. Long continuation, we will see 35 and 36.75. APA 4.45% to the upside inside the yellow zone. Now let's see continuation above this area, above the 29.90 area, towards the 30.70 and towards the green line. EQT bounced off the 37 area, important area of support and resistance. We also have the buy signal. It doesn't mean we need to go long. We need to sit and wait, because one candle does not change the overall sentiment, and the sentiment in the past 2 weeks on EQT is downtrend. All we need to do is wait for validation of this bounce, which means another daily close above the 39, and then we can start assessing our risk if to go long on EQT. SLB, double bottom scenario just got validated. We have been talking about this. If you saw my top stocks to watch, you know this name. Broke this downtrend line. Now let's see, can we continue above the 47.70 area? Very tough resistance area. It was a very important area of support. Now, by natural things of price action, becomes a very tough resistance. Long continuation towards the 49 and 51 to the upside. Once again, thank you very much for watching this video. I do hope you find it helpful, educational. If so, like, subscribe. Don't forget to check the links in the description below. Choose your path to financial freedom. Until the next video, stay safe.